Welcome back, Christiansen fam. Oh my gosh, it's been a while. Big update. So, I had my baby on 9/18/19. So, he's officially here. He's out with dad shopping. He had to go get his bilirubin checked again. So, we had a big scare. We had to go to Primary Children's, which is like 2.5 hours from home. And his bilirubin was 25.9 when we got there, and he was Combs positive, which means that he is A positive and I'm O positive, and somewhere in the mix of delivery he had swallowed some of my blood. So that's how Combs works, which makes jaundice, which is bilirubin, a lot worse. So what we did was we took him up there, and he was under some light treatment for 3 or 4 days, and then they watched him for 24 hours to see if his Billy would go up. And so he did go up a point, which was 14.8, and then went from 11.8 up to 14.8, and then he sustained that for another day, and they released us. So for the last 2 days, we've been home for about 2 days now. 3 days now, sorry. And it is Saturday, I believe. Yes, Saturday. We were released on Wednesday. So we left the hospital. On our way home, we had to go do another bilirubin the next day, so we decided to wait to come back home. That way we don't have to drive so far again, since we're already on the way. So yeah, it's been kind of a crazy experience. I did have a wonderful delivery. It was so beautiful. Very short delivery. I did it in 4 hours and pushed for 15 minutes. And it was funny because in this transition of pushing, my doctor said, uh-oh. And I was in a contraction at that time, so it was kind of crazy. I had no idea what was going on. I guess my husband said that he called for another doctor, but I had 2 nurses in the room, and so the other nurse got on the other side of me, and they started pushing on my stomach, and that was the worst pain. I guess his shoulders got stuck, which also is another part of the reason why his bilirubin went way up. But hopefully within the next hour or so, we'll know if his Billy is finally going down. Yesterday it was 15.8, and the day before it had been 15.8, so it was steady, but we wanted to drop, so they wanted to make sure, so they decided, oh well, we want to do one more test. So my poor little man has been pricked on his ankle, I would say at least 15 times, and it's so sad. To be honest with you, I wouldn't ask for a more better experience, because it makes him stronger and it makes me stronger as a mom. But it doesn't make anything any easier. Knowing that he's struggling, and then on top of that, he's getting his circumcision on Monday, And then he's doing his 2-week checkup on Tuesday or Wednesday. Sorry, Wednesday. Pregnant. Not pregnant brain, postpartum brain. So, yeah, he okay, so really quick, I'll jump back into my labor and delivery story. So I went in for my checkup on the 17th, and I had him check me to make sure or see where I was at, and he said that I was about 2 to a 3, and he was really rough. Let me tell you, but he is the best doctor ever. But he stripped my membranes pretty hard, and from that, like that whole day, I was contracting all day long, like all day. And so, and then after we left, we decided to stay in Price for a while to figure out whether I was going to go to the hospital because I was contracting pretty hard, and they were consistent within 2 to 3 minutes apart. And so we went to lunch. So I ate a full meal, which was super awesome. We went and walked around Big Five. Yes, Big Five for a little bit. And after we went to Big Five, I decided, well, let's go to Walmart. I want to pick up a couple things. Luckily, we already had everything we needed in the car, but we spent quite a bit of time. I spent 6 hours at the hospital that day because I had a bloody show at Walmart after I was like, oh, I need to go to the restroom, and all of a sudden, boom, like all out of nowhere, heavy blood really quick. And then I got there and it had stopped, luckily. So they released me. They didn't obviously keep me, and so I went home, took a shower for half hour or so. Excuse me, trying to keep up with my sleep schedule is kind of hard, but I love my little man. So yeah, I went home, took a shower, and we just chilled the rest of the night, and I was tired. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go to bed, and husband went and laid on the couch for a little bit and watched some TV. So in the process of all that, he was in bed, and I had gone to the couch because I couldn't sleep anymore. It was about midnight, so I had gotten about 3 hours of sleep, which is totally okay. So he came out, and I had almost passed back out, and he's like, what are you doing on the couch? So we decided to go back to bed, and I think within an hour or so later, I heard a pop, and I said, uh-oh. I was dead out, I guess, because I was snoring, and I don't snore normally. Apparently during my pregnancies I snore, which is really weird, just saying. And so he's like, are you okay? Yeah, I think my water just broke. I said, uh-oh, time to go. My water broke. And he's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. Here, look, check. And so he did. He was like, oh, yep. And he is out of bed right away. And as soon as my water broke, my contractions completely stopped. And I luckily made it to the bathroom, and my water started gushing a little bit. I was like, oh, great. This is awesome. So I tried getting a hold of my sister, who was my doula. And she lives about an hour and a half from me. And luckily, she doesn't have to drive an extra 25 minutes to get to me, because we live 25 minutes from the hospital. So, and if you hear snorting, my dogs are playing right behind me. So we got in the car and started going, and my water broke exactly at 12:07, and it was crazy. I was ready, but I was so nervous. Doing an all-natural delivery scared the crap out of me, but I was so relieved and excited to finally meet my baby boy. I was dilating so quickly. Luckily, I was practicing my breathing. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Quite often, and my nurse was super awesome. She's like, I have a pressure point to help kind of relieve some pressure and strain on you, and it worked so awesome. My sister, I spent a lot of time in the shower for probably like the first 30-40 minutes of being in the hospital, after they had admitted me, and then I asked to be on a Bluetooth contraction machine, which is super awesome. It was super great. I loved every second of it, being able to walk around, not being strained to the bed. I had no IVs. I drank water, and instead of doing like ice chips that are flavored, I had regular ice chips, because the day before I had ice chips with flavoring in it, and I got really bad heartburn, and it did not go away. It sucked. So after I did that, my sister showed up. I'm in the shower, and she's putting pressure on my back, making sure I'm good, and then it's really awesome. I can't believe I went all natural. I'm so proud of myself. I've never done anything that hard or scary in my life, and I can't believe I pushed him out in 15 minutes. I was ready. Okay, so this is the funny thing. Once I hit 8 centimeters, I was already pushing. My body was naturally just pushing, and I couldn't control it. And I was stuck at 9 centimeters for quite some time, and my sister reminded me that my older sister had gone on her knees, and it helped drop her little girl faster. So she asked me if I wanted to move, and as soon as I did, I went into the most serious contraction I've ever had, and I flipped over to go on my knees in the bed, and I could just feel him dropping rapidly, and that was another thing. There was a part of my cervix that kind of just didn't want to move, because it just wasn't ready, and that's part of the reason why his shoulders got stuck. So other than that, excuse me, I'm sure you guys don't want to see that, but other than that, he is so healthy. He passed everything with flying colors except his bilirubin, but he is making so much progress and I am in love. I could never expect to love anything more, and I can't wait to show you guys videos and stuff. So stay posted, and you guys will see little Samuel here soon, along with Dad. So, yeah, we're just excited to be home and finally on a schedule. He's sleeping 3.5 hours every night, between each feeding, which is really good because the last few nights I've been doing every 1.5 to 2.5 hours. So he's extending his sleep patterns, which is super great. But alright, well, thanks you guys. If you like this video, definitely press the like button, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you guys think. Yeah, if you guys have questions, don't hesitate to ask because I'm always down to answer questions. I love answering. So yeah. Happy Saturday. Have a great day, Christianza fam. Bye.